Most people believe that every US dollar in existence is controlled by the Federal Reserve. They think that when the Fed prints money, that's the total supply. But they're wrong. There is a hidden financial system, a shadow currency worth an estimated $100 trillion that technically does exist on any official government balance sheet. It's called the Eurodollar, and it is the greatest mystery in the history of finance. If you want to understand why the global economy is actually breaking, you need to follow the ghost money. First, forget the name. It has nothing to do with a euro currency. A Eurodollar is simply a US dollar held in a bank outside of the United States. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the Soviet Union wanted to keep their dollars, but feared the US government would freeze their accounts. So, they moved their dollars to banks in London. Suddenly, these dollars were outside the jurisdiction of the Fed. This created a wild west of banking, where banks could lend money without the usual reserve requirements. It's a private, offshore ledger system that the world depends on, but no one truly controls. This is where the mystery deepens. In the US, banks have rules, but in the Eurodollar market, banks create claims on dollars. Through a process called fractional reserve lending on steroids, these banks can create credit out of thin air. This shadow money is what actually fuels global trade. When a company in Brazil buys oil from Saudi Arabia, they don't use Fed dollars, they use Eurodollars. This system is now so large that it dwarfs the actual US economy. The mystery, no one knows exactly how much of it exists because it's unregulated and untracked. Here is the part your history books missed. Most people think 2008 was just about bad houses, but the real collapse happened in the Eurodollar market. Banks stopped trusting each other's ghost ledgers. The plumbing of the global financial world broke. This is why the Fed had to bail out not just US banks, but foreign central banks. They had to provide swap lines because the world ran out of these shadow dollars. The mystery is that the system is broken at S, that we are still using that same broken plumbing today, and it's leaking again. Why does this matter to you? Because the Eurodollar system is the reason for the dollar milkshake theory. When the world gets scared, everyone needs these shadow dollars to pay back their debts. This creates a massive demand for the US dollar, causing its value to spike and crushing other currencies. If you're an investor, you aren't just watching the Fed, you're watching the liquidity of this shadow system. When the ghost money disappears, markets crash. When it flows, assets like stocks and Bitcoin skyrocket. We are currently seeing a tightening in this market that hasn't happened since 2008. The global economy isn't run by politicians, it's run by a hidden ledger in the shadows. If you want to stay ahead of the next great reset, you have to understand the Eurodollar. I've linked a deep dive report on liquidity in the description. Hit the like button if you want more financial mysteries, and subscribe to protect your portfolio. See you in the next one.